everyone! Today we're going to be looking at the art of Mary Blair and especially her buildings to create a Mary Blair inspired architecture scene. And so this is going to be a collage project. We're working just with paper right now. And what I want you to do is to kind of get your city set up. And we want to have, you know, maybe some buildings in the background, and you can overlap and put some in the foreground. The buildings could be tight with no gaps in between them, or they could have some space. And you can kind of orient things a little bit differently. And you decide, you know, maybe some are going to be shorter and some are going to be taller. Maybe you want to have a color scheme. Maybe you're going to, you know, build. And so what I want you to do is kind of play around first and figure out the building part. And then once you do, you're going to start gluing them down using the back ones first. And we also want to start thinking about some roofs. So some of those can be cut into a variety of roof shapes. So some of Mary Blair's roofs are triangle roofs. She also had ones that curved, so that were semicircles. You could add those shapes on. You could even use, you know, this one as some sort of tunnel. And this lesson's always a good one too, to use your Fisker scissors with the different notches and the different shapes. So I'm going to show you one that I've been working on. I have all my buildings adhered. They're overlapping. I started to cap off my buildings with a variety of roofs. And you can see I have a variety of edges. And we just need to keep going further. So one way to go further is to add some windows. And if I wanted to cut a variety of windows out, you can use different shapes. For this one, I'm going to cut 4 of the same shape. I'm going to cut up to a curve, flip it, cut up to a curve like that, and so I get kind of this pointed roof. And this kind of has that castle appearance to it. And when I'm working with paper and collage, I usually leave the gluing for later. I start to pull out my details and then I will get the glue out in a little bit. Now, if I wanted to add a building edge, again, you can fold paper to kind of help you save some time. So maybe I'm going to make a scallop, which is a curved shape. Like that. And then these scallops could be glued along edges of buildings. Maybe I'll put them on this pink one right here. Like that. That gives it more of a decorative appearance by Mary Blair. And then I can put windows. She would use circles as a shape. Maybe if I want to cut out some quick circles, again, I can fold my paper into fourths. And so your job today is to do a variety of colors and shapes and textures to create your own Mary Blair inspired city and however you want to interpret her design. And our goal is to make these very elaborate and very detailed. And so that means that we're really putting in a lot of time and work and energy into building details. And that can be tricky for some of our friends. You know, maybe you can just keep layering and building on things to create some beautiful shapes. Hello everyone. All right, we are picking up where we left off on our Mary Blair inspired project, and I just have added a lot more details and textures and colors and shapes. Woof, it's a lot of stuff going on. I'm really loving this project, and you can, you know, just continue to add more and more and more and really get a lot of beautiful texture and patterns. So after you have finished adding all of your details with paper, you could start to think about what you wanted to add on with marker. So I'm going to add just a few last things, maybe a couple flags, and then I'm going to think about what I want to do with my markers. Okay, All right, I finished adding a couple more flags, added some bushes in. I'm almost a little nervous to go over this and add some more things with marker because I just love it so much. But I would recommend, if you want to add a few details with marker, you know, think about keeping it a pattern. Like if I do one thing to one window, you know, do it to all of the windows. These ones maybe are going to look like this. So the idea is you're just going and adding more details in. It doesn't have to be coloring shapes in. It's more just line work and details. So enjoy the process. I'm really loving these projects, and I hope you are liking them too.